Sunny Kaushal, welcome to CNN News 18.
Thank you so much, Vishal.
Sunny, your next big screen outing, Hurdang, is all set to release in cinemas on April 8th.
Yes.
The film is, of course, based on anti-reservation protests of 1990 by the students at that time.
Yeah.
Your film depicts the student politics of Allahabad University.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you know about anti-reservation protests and Mandal Commission report when you signed this movie?
Oh, frankly, I did not know much about it. So when the film came to me, when Nikhil sir came to me with the film, and first I did not understand anything about the film. So I was like, sir, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. I probably should not because I have no knowledge about this thing. But he was convinced that, I could play the part. So I took some time to read about it, to understand what had happened. And then I went to Nikhil sir and I said, okay, sir, the thing is that the fact that I did not know about it. So I believe that a lot of people from my generation who have not seen that world, who are from, mostly metropolitan cities, who have nothing to do with it, probably don't know about it. So I said, I think it's a great opportunity to do this film and, to be able to tell a story which probably a lot of people don't know about.
Sure. What was your research like beyond script? I think you got the right accent and body language.
Yeah, so beyond the script, that was the thing, because it was set in 1990s Allahabad. So the main thing was to get those body language correct, and obviously there was speech and speech patterns because we were shooting with a lot of actors who were from Allahabad, right? So they have normal boli. That's how they talk in their day-to-day life. So if now I have to in a scene converse with them and talk to them, I shouldn't stick out. And people shouldn't think that, okay, oh no, his accent is put up and they are talking in the actual accent. So I think that was a major part of the thing, to be able to actually think like that, to pull off improvisations if there are needed in the scenes, to pull off normal conversations. So I think I went to Allahabad 5-6 days before I started shooting. So I was going there, I was chilling with people, I would go to marketplaces, I would go to a chai ki tapri and sit and talk to them, or go with Nikhil sir to tech recce's and all when they were going, just to be able to gauge how the place is and how people are there and with each other, the relationships. So I think that became a major part of my prep. Yeah, and also to imagine myself in 1990s. That's very difficult when you're in today's time, when you're used to being with a phone, when you're used to having everything at the touch of a button. To not do that. So even a simple process like wanting to talk to your girlfriend becomes a thought out process. Like, you have to plan it as to how to go about it. And that was a very important aspect in the film as well. So that also became a major thing to get into the character.
What is the message that the film or the makers want to convey through your character, Daddu, who is an IAS aspirant?
Yeah. Okay, so the message is it's a very important question because we essentially through the film are talking about education. We're not talking about yes, the backdrop is Mandal Commission, which essentially translates into caste-based reservation. But that's not what we are talking about. Essentially, we're talking about the right to education and how it should be equal for everyone. We're not saying a caste niche hai, a caste upar hai. In fact, we like to put it very simply. The film talks about unification of everybody rather than pulling everybody apart.
Okay.
So that's what the film talks about, and essentially, it's a love story. It's about these two characters who are in love with each other. Their lives are pretty simple. They know they're going to get married to each other, and they know all they have with is each other. And how when this thing happens, their lives take a toll, and it starts falling apart. And now they have to kind of बिखरे हुए पुर्जों को समेटना शुरू करते हैं. So that's what the film talks.
The trailer really got mixed response.
Yeah.
Do you think the film address issues like class divide in our society, need for reservation, and why the Mandal Commission report was implemented?
Yeah, film does talk about it because that's what the film is based on. But like I said, it's not just about that. It's not. We are not. it's not an educational documentary on Mandal Commission.
Okay.
That's a backdrop of the film. That's a backdrop of the film, and through that we're trying to say a lot of things. We're trying to pose questions. We're trying to, like I said, it unifies the film. If you watch it, you'll agree with me that it unifies everybody rather than pulling different sections of the society. And that's the thought of the film.
Sure. You're really on a roll. We are really excited to see you saving Mili, played by Jhanvi Kapoor in the film Mili. That's a survival drama.
Yes.
It's a remake of the Malayalam film Helen.
Yes.
What more can you tell us about that movie?
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen Helen, you know essentially what the film is about, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just very fortunate to be a part of such a sweet film, because I remember I saw the film and I had absolutely loved it. And that time, the film had not even come to me. I had just seen it because there was this nice film I had heard about. And I had absolutely loved the film because it was one of the few very well done survival films. So when this film came to me, I jumped for it. I said, yeah, I have to be a part of it, man. It's a great story.
The other film which you are part of, I think that you have wrapped up shooting, is the film called Chor Nikal Ke Bhaga, starring Yami Gautam, which is written by Amar Kaushik and directed by Ajay Singh.
Yeah.
Please tell us more about that movie and what can we expect?
I mean, I can't reveal much about the film. And it will be nice to talk about the film when the film comes out. But it was a very fresh film for me to do. It was something that I've never done before, or I never thought that I would do. So it was a new experience for me, and I just absolutely love the script. It's one of the best scripts that I've read. It's a roller coaster of a ride, and working with Yami was fantastic. She's such a great actor to be around, and even Amar's writing, Ajay sir's direction, I mean, I don't want to tell you much about the film because I'm very excited about it, so I might end up saying something. So I'll just save it for the film promotion.
Does it have a surprise of Stree?
I would say it has a lot of surprise elements, but I mean, Stree was a horror comedy. This is definitely not a horror comedy. But yeah, it does have a lot of surprise elements.
Sunny, you had a very busy December, especially for your family. Your brother Vicky Kaushal got married to Katrina Kaif. We saw a lot of photos from ceremony. What special act you did for your brother and for your bhabhi at the wedding?
I was just being there for them, yeah, because Hindustan mein jab shaadi hoti hai, it's not a small feat. It's like conquering Mount Everest. काफी तामझाम होता है, काफी काम होता है. So I was just there. मैं अपने छोटे भाई होने की ड्यूटी निभा रहा था.
We saw a lot of Punjabi traditions were followed post the wedding. Did you taste that halwa, the first dish that Katrina cooked?
Yeah, I did. In fact, yes, it was absolutely delicious.
So what type of conversation you have at home with Vicky and Katrina? Are there any acting tips that she gave you?
No, there are no special conversations, because at the end of the day, when you're sitting and it's like two humans talking, it's just normal conversations, day-to-day life. There's nothing special that is going on.
Do you miss Vicky since he shifted now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's and more than missing, I don't know. It doesn't feel like he's shifted because we are so much in touch anyway. So कुछ ऐसा नहीं है कि कुछ बदल गया है या कुछ change हो गया है. I don't know if I'm missing. There's nothing to miss actually.
And finally, Sunny, is there an actor who inspired you the most and you want to have a career like him?
Oh, actor that inspires me the most. I mean, in India, I would say Ranveer. He inspires me a lot when I see his work and the heart and soul that he puts into his work. That is kind of inspiring. And Alia as well. Like I've always maintained, I'm a big Alia Bhatt fan. And after I saw Gangubai, I was just really mesmerized with what she did on screen.
When are we going to see Vicky and Sunny in a movie?
Hopefully, I really want to work with him. So whenever the opportunity comes, we will jump to it. So let's hope for the best, and I hope it's soon.
Sunny Kaushal, thank you so much and best of luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.